Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living organization to Yog Vaashishtha evening session. नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ। टुडे वी आर ऑन डे 76। आज हम लोग 76वें सत्र में पहुंच चुके हैं। हम लोग यहाँ पे उपशम नामक जो प्रकरण है चैप्टर नंबर 5 उससे धीरे धीरे आगे रहे और इसके पहले का जो सत्र था उसमें हमने जो उद्धालक नामक जो तपस्वी होते हैं वह अपनी तपस्या करते करते वह आत्मज्ञान को प्राप्त करने में या समाधि उनकी जो लगनी है निर्विकल्प समाधि उसको प्राप्त करने में उनको किन किन बाधाओं का वहां पे फेस करना पड़ता है उसको हमने देखा। We have seen how this tapasvi called Udhalaka, when he started walking on this path, how he has started facing the obstacles on his path. And then we have seen the Yog Vaashishtha perspective about it. Then we have seen Patanjali Yoga Sutra's perspective about it and various other own perspective to what all the obstacles that can come on this path. Today is the day to look at the solution for that. So once again, I welcome all our Zoom participants, all our Facebook viewers, and all our YouTube viewers to today's session. Let us begin this session by chanting Om the way we do every single day. Let's close our eyes. Aankhein band kar lijiye. Sit comfortably, spine erect, shoulders relaxed, neck straight. And bring back your attention to the breath. Take a normal breath in and let go. Take a deep breath in and as you breathe out, drop all your past and come back to the present moment. This present moment is new. Let us welcome it by chanting Om 3 times. Breathe in. Let us awaken the divinity within. गुरु का आवाहन कर ले. आवाहनम 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 पुनः पुनः let us express our gratitude towards the divinity, towards the master. गुरु वंदना कर ले. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let us pray to the divinity, to the master. Whatever the words that comes out of our mouth, whatever the thoughts that hover onto the mind, whatever the actions that we do or happens, the power of discrimination arises in our intellect. And the impressions that might be getting created in the memory. And if still there is an iota of that I, me, let thy be inspired by the master alone. We, the people walking on the path of liberation, if we experience that liberation, that mukti, moksha, right now, this moment, let the remaining life. And if we have to come back here with a purpose, to express our gratitude, to do seva, serve the humanity, or to spread this knowledge, let thy be inspired by the master alone. Feel the presence of the master within and outside. And with a gentle smile on your face, you may open your eyes. धीरे धीरे अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हो. Jai Gurudev. So let's continue with our session. So yesterday in the last session, we saw almost all the obstacles that can come on the path. And when someone keeps walking on the path, they probably can discover their own hallucinated or muted obstacles of their own. So that Bhranti can always come, but that also categorized already. So let us look at what could be different ways that we can overcome those obstacles which comes on the path of whatever the path you are walking, be it the walking on the path of yoga, be it walking on the path of spirituality, be it walking on the path of freedom, liberation. Or you are studying, you are a businessman, you are doing service, or you are a homemaker, sportsman, musician, whatever profession you are into, whatever you are doing, and if you think according to your own experience, you are coming across some obstacles which is becoming not able to achieve what you want to achieve in your life. How to deal with that? So let us look at the solution. Now we'll look at the solution from multiple perspectives. Look at the solution from the Yog Vaashishtha perspective. We'll look at the solution from other scriptures which are there, their perspective. If not, we are not able to cover everything. At least we'll have mentioned that this is also giving some insights about it. And then one can visit and get into the details of that. And then what is in an art of living way, the practical way, because whatever things that you read, listen to it, unless until you put it in a practice, then again that nididhyasa does not happen. So certain things has to be put into practice at the level of your thought, at the level of your mind, and certain things that needs to be put into practice at the level of your body, the practices that we do. So both is this way, that way, any method, any approach, any techniques. There are multiple such approaches, there are multiple such techniques which have already been there, discovered and been well taught by our Rishi Munis since ancient. Many years of history is there for this. So now let us look at it. What is it that Yoga Vaashishtha teaches us how to deal with these obstacles in our life? So the first thing, that is the topmost and supremost thing that one can do, is just to assume and accept that you are that Chaitanya, you are that Brahma, you are that Atma, you are that Shiva, awareness, consciousness, whatever name you call. It is immaterial, but I am that, and I am everywhere. I am that and I'm there everywhere. There is no omnipresent, omnipotent, everything. Whatever I see, everywhere I am the only one who exists. Other than me, there is nothing that can exist here. This is the one thing that has been told here. Other than that, he said that, okay, that is there, that exists, that Chaitanya is there, exists, but its own consciousness itself is the one which exists. Other than that, whatever we see with all the panchendriya, all the five senses, and then we perceive that everything else in this universe, everything is just an illusion. It is just an Maya. It is mithya. So when something doesn't exist, what is it there to work upon, and what is it there? Anyway, it's not there. So direct final. No, so that is the first upaya. That is the first solution. You contemplate on this. I am that Atma. Everything else is just an illusion, and then I don't get stuck into all this. Anyway, it doesn't exist. So what is there to bother about it? That's the first way. No, that Advaita, non-duality, Advaita way of dealing with the things, that it's all one. So then there is no friend, there is no enemy, no, there is no this, there is no that, there is no I, there is no you, no. All these things automatically, somebody said something to me, somebody behaved like this to me, no, I want this, no, objects or the people or the situation that comes into my, no, everything is just one only. So what is that you will complain about? What is that you will hold on to? No, automatically things will automatically dissolve. The very understanding and realization of this, that I am that Atman. What is that Atma is, I don't know. But I just have an experience that I am that. That is it. I accept it. Whether I know it or not, I accept it that I am that. That's it. That is the starting point for you. So the efforts to put it to achieve that and to do this, that automatically that disappears. Then the second principle that has been told here is that one is the ultimate observer. So whatever action happens, let them happen. It's okay. You go and do your vyavahara, whatever according to your role which you are playing, you go and do that. But then the one which is the ultimate observer, that drashta, that I am, and then I'm not affected by anything else. So that is another way. Apply this principle, watch everything, let it happen, you don't react. If required, just assume and something and just respond to it. If not, just keep quiet. That's okay. Just let it happen. Whatever is happening, let it just happen. Become an ultimate observer. Then omnipresence, omnipotent, we already see that I am nowhere. I'm not just this body. I'm not just this mind. I'm not this. No, applying the principles of neti. I'm not this. You just keep on asking yourself a question that who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Whatever the answer comes, even if it says who am I am Atma. Say okay, drop it. I don't know what Atma is. Drop everything. Every little thing that whatever you have heard, that what you are, drop that everything. The principle of neti, negation. And then look at it, whatever remain is that what I am. That is what the real thing which is there. Everything else other than that, what I have been pointing to, that I am this, it is just unreal. It is because the moment the shabda comes into picture, the name and form comes into picture, gone. It is not that. None. So answer to your question, you have to go into none, that I cannot express it in words. You have to go to that state of your being to really experience what that divinity is. Experience that Brahman, Shiva, whatever the name you call, experience that. So that is the another path is being told here, that self-inquiry. ask this question, what is the purpose of my life? Who am I? This self-inquiry can take you away from these obstacles, which appears to be obstacles to you, and slowly and gradually, this path will lead you to that freedom. And this path, whatever comes, this inquiry will take care of that thing. This vichara will take care of this. So this is the one of the supremest thing. That's the first thing that one should wants to know. No, what is this? No? At least walk on that path. No? Who am I? So that is that knowledge about yourself. That self-realization, if not called self-knowledge, but that self-knowledge word is also very contradictory to itself. No, just self-realization, that awareness about your own self is the supremest that is worth doing, attaining that. And then once you attain that, anyway, you are free, because you will understand the nature of your being, and then you will know that nothing cannot bind it. Nainam Chindanti Kshatrani Nainam. This is what comes from Bhagavad Gita. So when we know that what you are cannot be bound by anything else, then what is that I'm stuck into all these things, and you will be automatically be free. So believe that you are already free, and then do the things. Now, if you think that I am not free, I am bound, that is what the initial stage people starts with, that I am bound by this, I'm bound by that. Go through that, and then ultimately once you know, RX directly start with, I am anyway free. Now let me deal with it. Directly reverse engineering. Directly I am free, and let me deal with it. Let me see what happens. That is another way. Here it is being told, you are just that. Everything else is just mithya. It's just illusion. What is there to deal with? Nothing. Direct. Then the another concept that is being told here, that you don't do your karma only. You do your actions but not form any karma associated with it. What does it actually mean? You are doing your actions, and out of those actions, either you do it or someone else does that action in front of you. You do not form any opinion about it, neither you form any impression of that on your mind, on your memory. You are free from that. So you are not doing any karma, because this is what is karma. When we say that the karma have happened, it means that you have already created some impression about that action onto your memory, and the karma is stored there. And that is how the sanchit karma and the prarabdha and all that comes into picture, because there is so much of baggage that we carry. Because of that way, in the present moment, whatever we are supposed to respond and all, we are not able to do that. It is based on that baggage, that sanchit karma. It have an influence on you, and then you tend to react in a very specific manner. When your feelings also stored at the medical science perspective as those neuropeptides, and when they trigger, and the same response will come. The same person comes in front of you, the same emotions will arise, and the same you react in a same manner. So this is just because of those karmas, those impressions that are created in your memory. So here Vaashishtha Muni is telling, drop. Don't do any karma. Become like that Akashach. There is no death to him, because he is not doing any karma only. Not doing any karma doesn't mean that dropping your actions. Do your actions without getting entangled about it, having any furiousness about it, having any cravings or aversion about it. I want this biniye, and then I reject this also is not there. Wanting is also not there. Rejection is also not there. Completely detached from it. You just do your action. Whatever the role you are playing, it is immaterial. You are Grihini, businessman, whatever role you are playing, just play your role. That's it, without getting involved into it. So that's another way of dealing with those obstacles. The other way is told that, okay, this is the culprit. It's not the body which suffers. It's not the soul. Anyway, soul cannot suffer. It is beyond all this thing. Who is the one who says that, okay, I do this? Who is the one who says that ahankara is attached to it? Who is the one who says that I am the bhokta, I am the karta? Who is that? Who is the sufferer here, ultimate sufferer? So it says it's your chitta, it's your mind. It's the culprit, and now you dissolve your mind. Man mein jao, tab jaake shanti milegi. Unless until you get into the state of no mind, you are not going to see yourself. This mind will keep attracting you towards the outward senses, and then again it will keep entangled into it, and then invite all the 6 distortions: kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsara. This greed, entanglement, anger, pride, and all these things will come into picture, and it will make you stuck over there. So dissolve this mind. Once you dissolve this mind, you can experience you are then with yourself only. That is the one that is there. Then go inward and drop the outward, having that dhamma in place. No, what are the senses which keeps on going outward? Those vishayas. No, the outward journey of your senses. Now you reverse that, make them go inward, and then you can get over all these obstacles. Obstacles comes from outside actually. They are all triggered from the outside. So once you go inward, automatically your mind will dissolve. They will go to yourself, and once you reaches there, then there are no obstacles anyway. That's another way is being suggested here. Now, also see that, okay, this death is inevitable. What is that you have fear about it? Many people have this fear about death, fear about doing the things. It becomes the biggest obstacle for them. Fear about something is an obstacle for many people. So what is that you have fear? Okay, what is that will happen? You're going to die. Everybody is going to die here. No, having that knowledge and awareness about this destructive body, this body which is going to get dissolved anyway. To do whatever you want to do, it is going to get dissolved. Death will come to this body, but not to you. Having this realization, having this understanding, again can make one free from many obstacles in life. Then other things, that other tools which are told in Yog Vaashishtha is do your purushartha, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Do that, have that in your life. Follow your daily routine, do your puja, do your sadhana. What are the things that you have been taught, learned? Do that. Doing your purushartha. To do that, if you want to earn something or you want to put in efforts, do that. Put that effort. Earn that. If you want to do 108 Surya Namaskar every day, and if it requires 6 months of effort, put that effort. Do it. Earn that body so that you can do. The earning doesn't related to only money. What are the things that you need to fulfill your dharma? Do that. Earn that. So that is dharma. Artha means earn that. Whatever is required to do, you fulfill. Dharma, artha, kam, have some goals. Some even though appears as materialistic goal, associated that goal is something supreme. And then ultimate thing is the moksha, freedom, liberation. Have that as your topmost priority in life, and then do everything else. It's okay to do. You don't have to run away somewhere to drop all these things and do it. Dharma, artha, kama, and moksha should be your purushartha. Is another tool that has been given, and once you thoroughly establish in this, all the other obstacles automatically will disappear. Then it says that, okay, apply the 4 gatekeepers also. We already seen the shama, dhamma. Then the vichara, the contemplation, who am I? That self-inquiry. Shama, dhamma together is explained in English as self-control. Then the santosha, have contentment, and then the last one is your sadhu sangati, company of the good, being with the truth, in the satsang, being with the master, following the words of the master, satsangati. In that sangha, in that team, remain that, and that will help you to get rid of these obstacles in life. Then make your viveka, that jagrut. So once that is there, that power of discrimination arises, and you really understand that this bhed is the not one, this body is the not one. So I am something different than it. How that will happen? That will happen through viveka. That will happen when the pragya is awakened in you, and it will be able to discriminate. The power of discrimination will be able to make you that I am not this, I am not this, I am not that logic, that I am not this. No? So that will help you to make your buddhi, your intellect, pure, without any feverishness. And then it can lead you towards the dhyana and the nirvikalpa samadhi. Then it is also been explained here that you have to also understand if there are some obstacles, you have to understand this creation of this universe. So there is a concept of that Chida Akash, then the Chitta Akash, how the many Chitta Akash can exist in the Chitta Akash, then the Ativahik Sharir, the Brahmand. Then there is no Daiva or luck is not there. Your Purushartha is what? Your present moment, giving your 100%, giving your Purushartha can overpower your thing. And even if you say that, okay, something is there in the past, that is also your past karma only. So there is nothing called as daiva or luck or anything. It is completely eliminated. This not accepted in Yoga Vaashishtha. It is just the concept of the weak mind just to support itself. If people are brought into that concept, oh, it was there, it might daiva, it was this, and that is how it is done. So it has been completely eliminated here. Then it has also been introduced the concept of power of your mind. The mind is both way. It is a two-sided sword. So one can cut also, then pull you down also. And on the other side, if you use its power properly in a right direction, in channelized manner, then it can elevate also, because it's very, very powerful. No? So that mind is very powerful. This, once you have access to that ativai, that sukshma, that subtle energies in your life, then Siddhi starts down. Then you will be able to perform your things with its fullest exalted form. No? That whatever the action that you do will be to its fullest possible potential. You'll be able to realize your potential. Then again, there is a concept of this Deshakal. All these things what we say that, okay, this is much of time and all that. So this is also Deshakal concept is just again an illusionary concept which has been introduced. It's also very relative in nature. It is sapeksha. No? You have seen that here number of times how the things are different here, things are different at the other places. It can, this also is mithya. No? It's also created here. It's also not fully true. It can be different at different places as we do. As the gravity changes, this also can change. So then knowledge about yourself, Brahman, Shivan, that is all concepts of Yoga Vaashishtha, which we have to continuously practice upon this, contemplate upon this, put that into vachana, vachana, shravana, manana, chintana, nididhyasa. Put that in practice, and then one can get over these obstacles, which appears as obstacle. Slowly and gradually, it can be removed from your path. Now, this is a Yoga Vaashishtha perspective about removing your obstacle. Now let us see which are all the other scriptures that are present and what do they tell us. Main themes in a very short and sweet manner we'll cover that. So what are the other scriptures that we see? We have gone through the Ashtavakra Gita, which mainly focuses on the knowledge, no? Jnana Yoga. Then we have Narad Bhakti Sutra, which mainly focuses on the Bhakti Yoga. Then we have Bhagavad Gita, which focuses on the Karma Yoga. It also speaks about other yogas also, but the main thing that is Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Why is that you are running after that? Fruits of the karma, just do your action, do your karma. That's the main teaching of Bhagavad Gita. And also Bhagavad Gita teaches this, that you are that immortal soul. No? Nainam chindanti kshatrani, nainam dati pavaka. So it tells us that what is that you are worried about? You are that eternal nature, you are that immortal nature, you cannot die. So that is the, so there are multiple other learnings from Bhagavad Gita. Then there are Shiva Sutra, which says, okay, you are doing this, reading this, doing that, all these things. Let this knowledge also not becomes a bondage for you. No, use this knowledge just like a soap, and then drop it, and then become free. No, otherwise, so too many concepts. No, forming too many concepts about the things again will you bind you with only very specific thing. No, so drop all the concepts. No, there are so many approaches. There are so many things. No, don't get stuck into it. No? Drop all that. And then also the Ichcha Shakti, all these cravings that keep coming, come after another, one after another, they keeps coming. There is no end to it. So respect that, honor and respect that, because if you try to remove that, then you will fail. You cannot remove that from your system. So what you do, you go ahead and respect that, honor that Ichcha Shakti, and then give it a swarup of Shakti and Devi, and then you leave it. No, that's why that Kanyakumari is there. No, it is just doing the japa of Shiva, but it never reaches to the Shiva. Ichcha Shakti can never reach to its Atma, the soul, Paramatma, Shiva can never reach. So that is there, but still respect that. Then there is also the things that we see in the Vigyan Bhairava, where the Shiva Shakti and this Jagat comes, the trident philosophy comes, no? The Kriya, Ichcha, Kriya, and the action about it. So trident philosophy. So this is where it says that if we see the other non-duality like Advaita in Yoga Vaashishtha, it says, okay, this Brahman is the real, that Chaitanya conscious, that's the real, everything else is unreal. Here, Vigyan Vairava tells us that Shiva is real, the Shiva's Shakti, that energy, that vibration is also real, and the Shiva and Shakti in an expanded form, whatever this is created, is also real, but it's just that you call here in this form as Jiva, and that this Jiva has to drop itself and assume and understand it that it's Shiva. But otherwise, it is the expansion of Shiva and Shakti alone. Shiva is expanding via its Shakti and forming all this everything. So Shiva conscious, that is the Vigyan Vairava. Then there comes the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Now Patanjali Yoga Sutra also gives us 8 limbs of yoga. So we have to follow those 8 limbs of yoga in our life so that we can deal with this upside. What are those? So it's been said there are 5 yamas, there are 5 niyamas, then there are asanas, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. So we have gone through this. There is a beautiful commentary that is available by Gurudev on this entire Patanjali Yoga Sutra. It's worth listening to that, because these are all the things that will really help. Those 5 social ethics, which are like ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. 5 yamas, and the niyamas are shaucha, santosha, tapasa, swadhyaya, and ishvara pranidha. So the niyamas and yamas that helps us while walking on this path to eliminate the obstacles in our life. So follow this, practice this. There are multiple other things like Upanishads, Puranas, all the 4 Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharvaveda, where Rig Veda teaches us the principles, the Yajurveda teaches us the application of that, Samaveda teaches that, okay, you have formed the application, but then how do you play it, how do you use it? And then the Atharvaveda, what are the impacts of that? Take an example of guitar, all those frequencies and that of the strings of that science behind it, that comes under your Rig Veda. Then you apply that and use that strings to create a guitar. But then even if you have that guitar, if you don't know how to play, the music will not come out. That comes into your Samveda. And okay, if I play this type of guitar, morning raga, evening raga, different types of music, and then what is the impact of that on the humans, on this human consciousness, on this planet? That knowledge is Atharvaveda. So these are all the things. Then there are Shrutis, there are Smritis, all these different scriptures also give their own viewpoints how to deal with it. So the Gurudev was talking about all these things. The mother of that is Skanda Mata. The knowledge, the mother of the knowledge is Skanda Mata. Who is knowledge? Who is the Sukhakarta, Dukhakarta? Who is the Buddhi, the god of Buddhi? That is Ganesha. Who is the mother of Ganesha? Is the mother of Skanda. Skanda is the brother of Ganesha. So who is the Skanda Mata? Is the Parvati. So Skanda Mata is the mother of the knowledge, the Buddhi. That Buddhi is the Devata of Buddhi. So mother of that is the Skanda Mata. So Divine Mother is the mother of all these things. From its all these things, this knowledge is created. That's the mother. So that is the way of all the other scriptures to deal with your obstacles. Now let us see what is the art of living way. How does art of living way comes into picture? What is the Gurudev's teachings to us to deal with those obstacles in our life? So here comes that, okay, even though you actually follow that, Gurudev says that, okay, there are 4 ashram. Brahmacharya ashram is there, Grihastha ashram is there, Vanaprastha ashram is there, and then sannyasa, the renunciate. So when you are a student, you follow the Brahmacharya. When you are householder, you follow the Grihastha ashram. When you are almost done, retired, initial days is to call Vanaprastha ashram, go to the jungle. No, Vanaprastha ashram means your retired life you are living, and then this ultimately when it comes, then just drop this. Sannyasa, renounce it, everything, don't get attached to it, hand over everything, just relax. So these are the facets of dharmas which are also told in Hinduism, and Gurudev says that you follow this, and irrespective of you are in one of these, it's okay. Don't think that, okay, you have to be only take a sannyas and then you'll have, no. He says that you go through this, you do your purushartha, your duty, and then one can go ahead. So start as early as possible. So it all starts with different practical implementation of this knowledge, that you have gone through all the scriptures, and now you want to know how to implement that in life, be it in the form of your yoga, pranayama, meditation, implementing that knowledge in your life. No, in all the scriptures, whatever there, you will find that in Art of Living. No? Because they have created such a beautiful practical wisdom. No? Via the courses, one can go and experience this knowledge in a practical real life. Applying this applied knowledge is what we can call Art of Living. How to live in this life. There you require an art, and to learn that art is Art of Living, given by Master Shishi Ravi Shankarji, the Dev Shishi Ravi Shankarji to us. So you'll find it starts with all the early age with the Shishi Sanskar Kendra. Then there is a Utkarsh Yoga. Earlier it used to call Art Excel. There is a Medha Yoga, which tells from 13 to 18 years. Because see, all these ages have their own needs. There are then different requirements to follow the practices. So it has been delivered based on the audience. What they are supposed to do. You cannot say, okay, come and to the kid, you do the Sanyama and do the this. No, all the big tapasyaras is not required. Just make it very light and be like a child. If you can sustain that childlikeness throughout your life, nothing like that. But usually that doesn't seem to happen with many of them. So they have suggested many other different tools and techniques also to deal with it. But then we see there is also intuition process to get our students access to that sixth sense, intuition, which can help them to grow in their life, which can help them to do their studies well. Then there was used to be called Yes Plus, now it is a happiness program for youths, and then happiness program for adults, where we learn very beautiful technique called Sudarshan Kriya, which is a rhythmic breathing technique. So Sudarshan Kriya is well researched, and many people have experienced Sudarshan Kriya through this Art of Living program. Art of Living present is more than 154 countries. So many things are there, and it has transformed so many people's life. That is via Sudarshan Kriya. Then once you are done with the happiness program, how do you uphold this knowledge that you have learned in happiness program? Is the advanced meditation program. One can go and do, see, literally practicing whatever we are going through the Yog Vaashishtha here. If you have to put it in a practice, it is the Art of Living courses where you can put it in a complete practice. Go and do your advanced meditation program. There you will learn how to uphold this knowledge. There you will learn all these other tools, the Shat Sampattis, the wells, all these things will be discussed, the chakra, the energies. How does it flow? How does it affect your body? How do you uphold this knowledge? We'll learn in advanced meditation program. Then they also form DSN. There are so many barriers that comes. People carry that barrier. So all your barriers will be broken down in DSN. Go and do the DSN. And then if while doing the meditation, whatever happened, you the Udhhalaka, that things that used to come to his mind and all that, then go and do the Sahaj Samadhi. With the mantra, just with one mantra, you'll be able to deal with all those thoughts, and then those connected thoughts can be eliminated, and then you just observe the thought, let them flow like a cloud. Sahaj Samadhi, very wonderful. Then okay, you want to learn yoga, go to Shishi Yoga, learn all the various postures that one can follow, all the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So those yogas, asanas that you can learn there. Pranayams also you can learn. Then there is also the, okay, you want to go more advanced, now you go and establish that Sanyama. Sanyam, that setup pragyata in your life is through establishing Sanyama, where it is completely focused on Patanjali Yoga Sutra and its implementations, and that is your Sanyama. Then also he is now giving the knowledge of Vikyan Bhairava. Then also there is a knowledge about 7 chakras. Then there is 6 wells, Shama, Dhamma, Titiksha, Shraddha, Uparati, and Samadhana. Then all the 7 chakras, your Mooladhara chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, Manipur chakra, Anahat chakra, Vishuddha chakra, your Agya chakra, and Sahasrara chakra. Knowledge about that. Focusing on that also can help you overcome all these obstacles, because it's a part of your Pratyahara. That 8 limbs of yoga is what we saw. It is like giving something else for your mind to do other than outside things. Go ahead, do it inside. So focus on your chakras and focus on your breath. focus on your body parts the way we do it in Yoga Nidra. So that's a pratyahara that you have to do. So once it goes inward, slowly and gradually you let go, it will dissolve itself. Can remove all these obstacles, which Udhhalak is also facing. So can remove that. Now there are 5 key knowledge points that also we saw. Acceptance, the opposites, the mistakes does happen, opinions becoming in football, live in the present moment, and it's inevitable. All those knowledge points also that we can use to remove those obstacles. And then various things like sadhana, seva, do your seva. All these things, whatever you have learned, practicing that is your sadhana. And then doing some selfless service to the humanity is your seva. Being in the truth is your satsang. Sadhana, seva, satsang, Vedic pujas are there. Guru Puja is there, which we had, 95th session. It is continued today. Guru Puja, chanting mantras. You are listening to mantras from Bhanadidi, practicing it. Mantra, various ways of all these things. Do it. Follow that in your life in a very, very practical manner. So if you are yet not introduced to Art of Living, please go ahead and pick up the course for your age and do it, and then learn the practical wisdom. How do we implement all this knowledge in your day-to-day routine life? So that is how you can remove all the obstacles. Now there are few more things that comes into picture, how the Udhhalaka now start addressing it, how he start dealing with it. Now how does he address his own mind? All that beautiful thing is going to come, and we will focus on that. Tomorrow also we'll do a very beautiful meditation also, which is based on this. How does he address his own mind through a vichara, and we'll go through that vichara with closed eyes, like a meditation. It's not meditation, because in meditation you drop your mind also and go ahead. Here we'll stop at the level of mind and we'll contemplate in the mind. How does Udhhalaka is addressing to its mind, something which we'll also address to our own mind, that we'll see tomorrow. For today, that much enough for today. I will pause here. I would like to hand over this session to all of you. Over to you all. If you have any questions related to this, if you think there is few more upayas that exist, welcome. You are welcome to share that. If you have any questions, you are welcome to ask that. If you'd like to contribute anything else, you are welcome to do that as well. Over to you all. Jai Guru. The session is now open. Unmute option is also now open. You'll be able to unmute yourself and you will be able to speak. Over to you. Jai Guru.
Yeah, thank you, Someshwarji, for explaining us so well. And Jai Gurudev to all of you. Yes, it was a very beautiful session and a very practical one, actually. It's not Kali Sunliya and you have to go ahead. No, we can apply this into the life. And I'm sure with these practical suggestions, you can call them, from Sage Yog Vaashishtha to Rama, and of course to us also, we can overcome the obstacles in a very beautiful way, that won't drag us down into depression and all. So that is the main thing. First one, it was so beautiful. Even Gurudev says acceptance. So just accept that you are that Brahman. Half work is already done, I think so. Because the mind with the notion that I am this body, and it takes you ahead, behind the senses, just running away is the thing that we see. So it is first accept that you are the part of that infinite consciousness. So the mind itself is born from that only. So nothing else is there, but it's only Brahman. So that Advaita, that we, firmly established into this consciousness works for us. Then comes, you become the observer. That is the Drishta, witnessing everything. So in that you witness your mind also, how it is going on, what are the tantrums of it, how it, takes you ahead in all the other ways, how it drags you down. But that mind again, it becomes very good also. Yes. Yeah. And then it is like neti neti. That is, drop what you are not there. Just let go. Just question, who am I? Who am I? That is a self-inquiry, coming up with the self-knowledge. So all these, if we go on applying into the life, these are the tools which are given to us, to observe the mind and dissolve the mind and take it into the no mind. So the no mind goes into your no thoughts. Then observe your thoughts also. Because I just read, maybe your mind is thinking something, but your thoughts are going on something. You want something. So all are different. Your mental conditionings are there. There are so many things you have to observe and go ahead. Your impressions, what are there? And what are your karmas? What is that? So, to overcome your obstacles, I think so a deep study can really take you very well. And in this journey, it's a beautiful journey where we have come up to time here now. 76 days have gone by, and it is really beautiful. Starting now, we are coming up to that. So the story of which we are hearing now, Udhhalak, will tell us tomorrow exactly how he contemplates on himself with all these. Now he's contemplating on himself. We see that knowledge is just flowing through him now. So that is what it is. So it's really fun. Just keep on practicing. On the level of your body, mind, thought, everywhere it works. And finally, I would really add, after all this, what Someshwarji has said, I would love to say he always, gratitude also works. Those salutations, I am everywhere now, that comes up. And of course, the devotion for your Gurudev also work over here to dissolve yourself. And then finally comes the surrender. Surrender means with the ego, what you're going on, the I am something, that small drop of water goes into the ocean. That is the journey. And you become the ocean. That's it. So the infinite consciousness, which is available everywhere, you are a part of that. So why are you thinking yourself alone? And that is what it is. So simple. Just dissolve yourself in that. And that is, with the grace of Gurudev, it comes. So very nice, beautiful to be over here, express myself, and I can see the changes in me. It's not that I'm just saying, I can just see that changes. Maybe Someshwarji can also, I don't need a certificate, of course, but he can also say that. He can see the changes in that. Yes. And yeah. Okay. Son of Rama Roy is saying something, if you would really, Someshwarji. Okay, so thank you very much for being with me, listening to me. And this is amazing journey, and hurdles will come. It's not that, because it is up and down. That is what is life. You go up, you come down. It's okay, So keep on continuing it. Don't worry. One or the other day, of course, we will reach the goal. Yeah, that's for sure. We are already there, actually, We are already there. It is only, abhi ye chashma, agar if it is kept here, okay, and I go on searching the whole house. But suddenly I find, oh, it's here. And I just say, I found my glasses. But is it that I lost the glasses? No, it was there with me. Isn't it? The same example they say, if you're wearing a pendant and the pendant goes at the back, but suddenly you realize the pendant is not there. But suddenly you see, oh, it was there and now it has come here. So that's what it is. That awareness which comes, it's only that thing. That is nothing else. Actually, that journey also is not there. You are there only. Only that self-realization, okay, now I am the Brahman. I am not the mind. So, the tantrums of the mind, the subject, object, and everything, and me, mind, and others, everything that just dissolves, it becomes into one. That's it. It's so simple. And it's a play. Just play it and see. Usually we always have a play games, so there are some rules to that. So it's okay. We can abide that rules and go ahead, and we can play the game also. So it is very beautiful, and you can try it out also. So thank you, Someshwarji, and loving being here. I really just wait, when my Yog Vaashishtha classes starts, and I'm all set with my everything just in present and take it. That's it. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.
Very Sangeeta ji, beautiful two additions Sangeeta ji added is that having an gratitude towards the master. गुरु मिल गए ना, उनका हाथ क्यों, उनकी उंगली पकड़ लिया है ना, तो पराशक्ति का मार्ग चलता रहेगा. पराशक्ति का मार्ग उंगली पकड़ लो, गुरु वचन के ऊपर चलो, बाकी की चीजें होने दो, होती है नहीं होती है तो मास्टर इज देयर. एंड देन सरेंडर. होते तो होते ठीक है, नहीं होते तो भी इट्स ओके, इट्स आपकी मर्जी. इट्स सरेंडर, फुल सरेंडर. Very wonderful, very important contribution which can deal with obstacles. Just
then
like
you see, not only obstacles, miracles. That's the lifestyle then. That is what happens actually.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree with Sangeeta ji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. किसी को अपने आप को व्यक्त करना है, जरूर आप अनम्यूट करके व्यक्त कर सकते हैं.
So there is some chat, this from Rama Roy's son. Can you read it out, Someshwarji?
Yeah. You are all great in summarization also. Or the implication. I am the Prabuddha, the son of Rama Roy. Mom is sick, so I also a devotee of Guruji. Okay, Prabuddha, Jai Gurudev. No, mom will be all right soon. She is such a strong lady. Now we have been listening to her. She has been contributing here many times in the past. We know her very well. She will be all right. Lots of blessings from Gurudev. Nothing to worry. She will be all right soon. And thanks for sharing your valuable inputs and feedback. किसी को यहाँ पे व्यक्त होना है आज के सत्र के बारे में, या आपको कुछ कंट्रीब्यूट करना है, जरूर आप अनम्यूट करके आप कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हो. ओके, तो फिर आज के बीना जी, वुड यू लाइक टू से समथिंग?
नहीं, आज तो सॉल्यूशंस इतने अच्छे दिए थे. आई वाज जस्ट लिसनिंग, एंड उसके ऊपर बस वर्कआउट करना चाहिए. मैं अपने पर्सनली बात कर रही हूँ. सो इट वाज अमेजिंग. Many times we heard this solutions, and many times we slipped off also. तो फिर से वो जब रिफ्रेश होता है ना, मैं यहाँ पे मैंने कहीं गलती की, ये मैं अप्लाई नहीं कर रही हूँ. So all of us are human beings, no? So we should keep on contemplating where we are slipped off, where we should pick up the knowledge. Knowledge को तो बार अप्लाई करने से वो और ज्यादा गहरा होता है. That's all. मैं आज तो सॉल्यूशंस ही थे. Nothing to add up. गुरुदेव के ऊपर तो कोई ऐड करना ही नहीं. मतलब उन्होंने इतना कवर अप कर लेते हैं कि वो उसमें जगह ही नहीं रहती हमारी छोटी बुद्धि से उसको ऐड करने की. It's a complete knowledge. Beautiful.
Amazing, Vinaji. Thank you so much for expressing yourself. No, So this is a very beautiful, no? We are very, very grateful that very common thread. Most of us come from art of living backgrounds, so very common thread. And whenever everything happens, it's all ultimately boils down to expressing our gratitude towards the master, thanking him from the bottom of our heart that whatever you have given us in this life, nothing else can be comparable to that. Thank you so much for bringing that point once again, emphasizing on that, Ginaji. Thank you so much. Jai Gurudev. और किसी को अपने आप को व्यक्त करना है, जरूर आप अनम्यूट करके व्यक्त कर सकते हो. If not, then we'll pause this session so that we can meet tomorrow. Yeah, neither do we. Prabhupada is saying mom never wants to miss these sessions. Amazing. So with that note, आज के इस सत्र को हम लोग यहीं पे समापन करते हैं. We'll pause here so that we can meet tomorrow. जय गुरुदेव.